All right, Coach, thank you so much for being here tonight. Great win over Northwood with final score of 101-82. So great win. We're going to go ahead and get into some questions here.
Okay.
Coach, I know there's been a couple slow starts recently. There was a little bit of a slow start tonight, but talk about the lack of panic from your team tonight, getting back and clawing back from a double-digit deficit early.
Yeah, the slow start wasn't as much on offense as it was on defense. We had a hard time slowing them down and getting a stop. But that's what I was most proud of, is how we responded in that moment. We got down 10 in the first half, and the guys were talking about it in the locker room afterwards. There was no panic, and I thought our response was really good in that moment. That's a big step of growth for us, because we've had those moments before, and we've gotten a little bit deflated. So was really proud to see how they responded to that tonight.
Coach, Northwood's a really excellent team in the GMAC. What did you see pregame on film, schematically, that you knew you could kind of take advantage of? Because from our perspective up in the booth, it didn't seem like it was just guys having heat check moments, hitting threes. It looked very deliberate, very systematic, guys moving the ball. What did you guys do so well to score in the triple digits tonight?
Yeah, I thought our physicality and our aggression was terrific, as good as it's been all season. And we knew that that's an extremely physical team. They draw the most fouls in the league. They get to the paint the most. They have dynamic scorers. They have 3 of the top scorers in the entire conference. So we knew that we couldn't be on our heels. We knew that we had to be aggressive, and I thought that we were. I thought we were aggressive at the beginning of the game, even when it wasn't going our way. And I think that oftentimes it's easy when it's not going your way for your aggression to subside. And I thought we did a really good job of just keep going. They made a ton of threes in the first half. Made 7 threes in the first half, and it felt like they didn't miss any. And then to only give up 2 threes in the second half was a big difference in that. And we were able to force some turnovers. 15 turnovers that we were able to force, and there were a ton of deflections. I would have to think that's the most deflections that we've had all season.
Yep, one more question, Coach. So I just want to touch on the depth of your team. I feel like tonight, if one man went out, a new one came in, and there wasn't a drop ever.
Yeah.
If sometimes it increased even with your bench. So just touch on some of your players that come in and out, and just how those team dynamics are just working really well for you guys right now.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's easy to look at a box score, to look at the who's in the starting lineup and things like that. And we have 9-10 guys that really play a significant role in our production on the court. But also we've got a group of 15 that prepare us every single day, and so I'm thankful for that. I thought Mikhail Harmison gave us a nice boost off the bench tonight. I thought Curtis Blair was good, and then Jonathan Whiteside, the 2 freshmen, Jonathan Whiteside and Jordan Jonathan, were terrific. Both of them, sometimes the stats don't even make sense, because if you look at their plus minus on the game, both those guys, I believe, were plus 18 in the game, and it's that's a huge boost. And especially when you think about that being 2 freshmen that are coming in and doing that. They're composed beyond their experience right now. I'm excited for where they're continuing to grow this year, but I'm really excited about what those guys, what they'll bring to our program in the future as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Anthony Ruffolo after a great win over Northwood. We're just going to start with a few questions here.
Aaron Lynn, broadcaster. Your team turns it over only 6 times in this game, once in the second half. How big of a key factor was ball control, especially in a game where you guys were down double digits kind of early in this one?
Yeah, we pride ourselves on taking care of the ball, especially us guards, just making the right decisions. And really, when we're not turning the ball over, it's because we're just making the right play, making the easy play. So as long as we're not forcing things, that's really when we start turning it over. But they run a weird little zone, and so we prepped really well for that and kind of knew what was coming.
Yeah, Anthony, that zone didn't seem to bother you guys at all, scoring over the century mark. Defensively, well, explain the shift from the first half to the second half. You give up 47 in the first half, on 35 in the second half. What schematically changed for you guys to make that adjustment and slow them down?
Yeah, they came out hitting everything, and normally I feel like in the past we've been a little deflated from that, but there was no panic with us. We just kept fighting for the next contest, next shot, and I think we were really in our gaps and just kept focusing on that, helping each other out, and Like I'll be in Jay's gap, and then the next guy's got mine, and so it's just a team defense mentality. And so just doubling down on that more so than changing anything. And so we would have make a miss a couple times and find a way to get stops. So.
What did it look like for you guys to stay consistent? Obviously, that first half, you're making 7 threes. You're just basically on fire. What does that look like to stay consistent throughout the game so you can just keep that going?
Defensively?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do. It's something we work on every day in practice from the mental side, even more than the physical side. So we know they're going to hit shots, but we're not really based on the results. We're based on the contest. And if we think we can test them well, we're just going to keep fighting for that. So just it's a mindset thing every time.
All right, we are here with Jaylen Davis after a good win over Northwood. We're going to start with some questions.
Aaron Lynn, broadcaster. Jaylen, number one, how good did it feel to get back in the starting lineup, especially in a game where a lot of threes were happening and you happened to be making a lot of them?
Yeah, I would say it felt pretty good. I think the thing with our team is like we're really we got a lot of depth, so I think it don't really matter who's starting. We all can go. So I think it felt good to get back out there, but I know my teams trust me. So.
Johnny Gaunt, broadcaster. Joan, explain to me the difference offensively, home and on the road.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you guys just tough couple of road games that you guys are coming off of. You come home and you guys explode, get 101 points in one game. What is it? Is it a mental thing? Is it emotional? Is it just comfort? What's the difference home and
I would say it's a lot of mental. I think just the couple road games that we weren't really hitting any shot. I think it's just a middle game. I think we know we can shoot threes like that. I think we're one of the top teams in the country doing that. So I think just believing in ourselves and believing in each other, we can hit those threes. It really makes a difference. We can tell. So.
Obviously, it was lots of points, lots of fun. What was one of your highlights through this game? Like, what was the funnest moment tonight?
I would say, I mean, there's a lot of plays where the crowd just kind of gets us going. I think one of the plays we were like just rotating on defense, just stealing the ball. I think that's one of the main things we work on in practice. I think it's good to have it show up in the game. So I think it felt good. So
perfect. Thank you so much,
yes,
Jaylen. Appreciate it.